You might think you're eating healthy, but hidden toxins in common meats are inflaming your prostate. In this video, we are throwing out the bad and revealing the one holy grail meat for men over 60. First, I'll show you why cured meats are the enemy of your bladder. Then, we will reveal the specific fatty acid profile of the hero meat and how it actually helps regulate prostate growth factors. Stay tuned for the number one pick. Let's be honest, when you reach 60, those 4 or 5 trips to the bathroom every night steal your deep sleep and drain your energy. That constant urgency isn't just annoying, it is a clear sign that your prostate is swollen. Benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH, is a massive problem for men in this stage of life. But here is the secret. BPH is often fueled by what you put on your dinner plate. You have the power to calm that inflammation right now, simply by changing your protein source. We are going to expose the 3 worst meat offenders causing that swelling. Before we start, if you are serious about fighting BPH with nutrition, hit that subscribe button. We deliver science-backed health strategies every single day to restore your vigor. Let's get right to the first meat you must trash immediately. This one is probably sitting in your refrigerator right now. Cured and processed meats. Think bacon, breakfast sausage, hot dogs, and those deli-sliced cold cuts you throw on a quick sandwich. Why are these so bad for the prostate? They are chemical inflammation bombs. The nitrates and nitrites added to preserve these meats act like constant irritants inside your body. Your body converts nitrates into molecules that promote cellular stress, especially around soft tissues like the prostate. Research strongly links regular consumption of processed meats to chronic inflammation. High sodium content is another huge factor. Salt intake directly influences how much fluid your body retains. More fluid retention means more pressure on your bladder and prostate. This leads to increased urgency and those frustrating nighttime bathroom visits. How often are you eating a sausage link or a slice of ham? If it's daily, you are aggressively fighting against your own health goals. The takeaway here is simple: eliminate cured meats entirely. Switch to fresh poultry or eggs for breakfast. Make that change today and you will notice a difference in your energy and your sleep quality within 2 weeks. We've covered the first destroyer. Now let's talk about the next meat that is silently aging your prostate years ahead of time. The second common meat that is silently eroding your prostate health is not processed, but it is often prepared in a dangerous way: highly charred red meats. I know a beautiful steak straight off the grill, blackened edges and all, is a cultural staple. But those darkened, charred sections are literally toxic to your cells. When red meat, especially beef, pork, or lamb, is cooked at very high temperatures, whether grilling, frying, or broiling, the proteins create harmful compounds. These are called heterocyclic amines, or HCAs. HCAs are potent carcinogens. They introduce oxidative stress and damage your DNA. While we are focusing on BPH here, consistent consumption of HCAs also increases the long-term risk for prostate cancer. But even before that happens, this cellular stress translates into heightened inflammation. Your body struggles to heal and repair the prostate cells while constantly fighting these chemical invaders from your food. The darker the char, the higher the HCA concentration. Now, This doesn't mean you can never eat red meat again, but it means you must rethink how you prepare it. If you love grilling, try cooking your red meat at a lower temperature for a longer time, or try marinating it heavily. A good marinade can create a barrier against the heat, but the most important action you can take right now is to stop eating any blackened edges. Cut off the charred parts entirely before you eat them. If you're getting takeout, choose methods like roasting or stewing over grilling or pan frying. Reducing HCA intake is a massive step toward lowering systemic inflammation. We have covered chemical preservatives and high-heat cooking. The third meat destroying your prostate health is one many men rely on for quick, easy protein: farm-raised, high-fat ground beef. This might sound healthy because it's not technically processed, but the issues here are twofold: the type of fat and the inflammatory environment it creates. Most conventional ground beef is high in saturated fat and contains an unfavorable ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-6s are essential, but the Western diet delivers far too many of them, often promoting inflammation. High intake of omega-6 fatty acids, especially those derived from corn-fed cattle, provides the very building blocks for inflammatory messengers in your prostate. We call these messengers arachidonic acid. The more arachidonic acid you have circulating, the more fuel you give to your enlarged prostate to swell. Furthermore, commercial meat production often means the meat contains residual hormones and antibiotics, which introduce further complications for your endocrine system. Your prostate is highly hormone sensitive. Introducing foreign hormones, even in trace amounts, can disrupt the delicate balance that keeps your prostate at a healthy size. So what is the takeaway for ground beef? Look for grass-fed, leaner options. Grass-fed beef has a much better omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. If you are using conventional ground beef, make sure you are draining the fat thoroughly after cooking. But if you want to truly shrink your prostate, you need to swap out that high-fat beef for our holy grail hero. That reveal is coming up, but first, let's quickly recap the villains. Avoid cured meats, avoid charred meats, and minimize high-fat conventional ground beef. Now let's talk about the solution. What is the one meat that urologists actually recommend for prostate health? This is where you reclaim your vitality. The single best meat source for men over 60 fighting an enlarged prostate is cold water fatty fish. We are talking specifically about wild-caught salmon, mackerel, sardines, and herring. This is the hero meat because it directly counteracts the inflammation caused by the three destroyer meats we just discussed. The power of cold water fish comes down to one molecule: omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA. Remember how high-fat ground beef created inflammatory arachidonic acid? Omega-3s do the exact opposite. They are powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that actively suppress the pathways that lead to prostate swelling. Think of it as hitting the off switch on your body's inflammation factory. Studies consistently show that men with higher intakes of omega-3s have lower PSA levels and reduced BPH symptoms, meaning fewer trips to the bathroom at night and stronger flow during the day. This isn't just theory, this is evidence-backed nutrition. But here is the critical detail. Not all fish is created equal, and you must prioritize wild-caught fish. Farmed salmon, for instance, often has an inferior nutritional profile, because it's fed corn and soy pellets, mimicking the poor omega-6 profile of conventional meats. Wild fish feed on algae and small prey, which is what gives them that incredible concentration of healthy omega-3s. If you're serious about using food as medicine for your BPH, spend the extra dollar on the wild-caught option. How much do you need? Urologists recommend aiming for at least 2 servings of fatty fish per week. A serving is about 3 to 4 ounces. This consistency is key. You cannot just eat fish once a month and expect results. You need those anti-inflammatory compounds circulating constantly to keep the prostate calmed down. But wait, there is another meat that is equally powerful, especially if you aren't a fan of fish. This option focuses not on anti-inflammatory fats, but on essential prostate minerals. This is critical for men over 60 who often struggle with zinc deficiency. Zinc is the superhero mineral for prostate health, and you can get a massive dose from specific poultry. Stay with me, because combining fatty fish and this next protein source gives you the ultimate prostate defense strategy. The second powerhouse protein to add to your rotation is lean turkey, specifically the dark meat. We are focused here on 2 trace minerals, zinc and selenium. Your prostate gland holds the highest concentration of zinc of any organ in the male body. This is no accident. Zinc plays a crucial role in regulating testosterone metabolism and inhibiting the conversion of testosterone into dihydrotestosterone, or DHT. DHT is the primary hormone responsible for stimulating prostate cell growth and leading to BPH. When men age, their zinc levels naturally decline, leaving the prostate less protected and more vulnerable to swelling. Lean turkey, especially the dark cuts, is an excellent source of highly bioavailable zinc. This means your body can absorb and utilize it much more effectively than zinc from plant sources or supplements alone. Turkey also packs a punch of selenium, another vital mineral that acts as an antioxidant, protecting your prostate cells from further damage and inflammation. Combining the anti-inflammatory power of fish, omega-3s, with the hormonal regulatory power of lean turkey, zinc, and selenium gives you a comprehensive dietary defense against BPH. But let's address a common objection right now: mercury. Many men over 60 worry about mercury in fish. This is a valid concern, but the benefits far outweigh the risks when you choose correctly. That is why we emphasize smaller cold water fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. These fish are lower on the food chain, meaning they accumulate far less mercury than larger predator fish like swordfish or shark. Stick to the recommendations: 2 to 3 servings of the smaller fatty fish per week, and you get all the anti-inflammatory benefits with minimal exposure. Another common question: how do I cook these meats to preserve the health benefits? High heat, remember, is the enemy. The goal is to keep the heat low and slow. For fish, baking, steaming, or poaching are superior methods. If you grill salmon, use aluminum foil to create a protective barrier and avoid charring. For turkey, lean cuts are best prepared by roasting or slow cooking. Avoid frying the turkey in vegetable oils high in omega-6s. That defeats the entire purpose. Use olive oil instead. The key to long-term prostate health isn't a fad diet. It's consistent, smart choices. You need a system that fits your lifestyle. So let's break down the ultimate prostate protocol, how to integrate these heroes into your weekly routine effortlessly. This isn't about deprivation. It's about upgrading your plate. The ultimate prostate protocol involves simple swaps and consistency. We are aiming for a total replacement of the 3 destroyer meats with our 2 heroes. Think of your week in terms of 7 dinners. You need at least 3 nights dedicated to prostate supportive protein. Here is how that looks in practice. On Mondays, replace that processed deli meat sandwich with a baked salmon salad using high-quality olive oil. Tuesday, skip the charred burger and opt for a slow-cooked turkey chili packed with prostate-friendly tomatoes and beans. Wednesday, you can choose a different lean protein like chicken breast or eggs, but Thursday should be sardine night. I know what you are thinking, but sardines are small, inexpensive, and absolutely loaded with omega-3s and vitamin D, which is also linked to prostate regulation. Try them mashed on whole grain toast with some lemon and pepper. It's a game changer. Consistency helps stabilize your hormone levels and reduces that chronic inflammatory background noise that leads to swelling. You must also consider what you pair these meats with. To double the prostate-protecting power, always pair your hero meats with lycopene-rich vegetables. Lycopene is an antioxidant famous for its prostate benefits. It is found most abundantly in cooked tomatoes. Think tomato sauce with your turkey, or a roasted tomato side dish with your salmon. When tomatoes are cooked, their lycopene becomes much easier for your body to absorb. Let's quickly address the psychological side of eating less red meat. For many men, red meat feels traditional and satisfying. Lean turkey and cold water fish can be just as satisfying, but you need to focus on flavor and texture. Use robust herbs like rosemary and thyme, and utilize spices like turmeric, which adds its own powerful anti-inflammatory benefits. Don't think of this as a sacrifice. Think of this as strategic refueling. Every time you choose salmon over sausage, you are choosing vitality over urgency. Now, let's talk about supplements briefly. While you can supplement zinc and omega-3s, getting them through whole foods like turkey and salmon ensures you are getting the optimal ratios and cofactors that support absorption. Whole food is always the best delivery system. You are getting protein, vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats all working together synergistically. This holistic approach supports not just your prostate, but your cardiovascular health and cognitive function too. This is how you reclaim total vitality. Next, we will solidify your action plan and discuss the long-term benefits you can expect. So what specific long-term results can you expect from making this fundamental dietary shift? Within 4 to 6 weeks of consistently swapping out the 3 destroyer meats for fatty fish and lean turkey, most men report measurable improvements in 2 key areas. First, reduced urinary urgency and frequency. By calming the chronic inflammation in the prostate, the gland physically begins to relax and swell less. This reduces the pressure it exerts on the urethra, making it easier for urine to pass. You should notice fewer interruptions to your sleep and less anxiety about finding the nearest restroom during the day. Second, improved overall energy and vigor. When your body is no longer fighting constant inflammation introduced by processed meats and poor fats, it frees up energy for repair, recovery, and daily activity. Inflammation is exhausting. Removing the source of that fatigue is a tremendous boost to your vitality. Men who adopt this diet often report feeling sharper, lighter, and more capable. Your action plan starts today with one simple grocery store audit. Go through your refrigerator and freezer. Identify any hot dogs, bacon, cured deli meats, or frozen processed patties. Commit to replacing the next purchase of those items with wild-caught salmon, frozen turkey breasts, or high-quality canned sardines. Do not wait until next month. Start the substitution immediately. Remember, BPH is not an inevitable decline. It is often a manageable condition heavily influenced by lifestyle choices. You have complete control over the food you put on your plate. This channel is dedicated to giving you that control back. If you found this information powerful, please hit the like button. That tells YouTube this content is valuable for men over 60 who need real solutions. Now that you have mastered your protein intake, the next step in mastering your health is often misunderstood. We have a video linked right here that breaks down the one essential vegetable supplement you need every morning to boost mobility and support joint health. Don't let prostate problems be the only health area you fix. Take control of your entire body. Click that video now and keep building your strongest, healthiest life.